Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the next episode of the GreeneScene Podcast. It's going to be fun today. I'm your host, Shelly Brown, and I have two very exciting guests. We're going to talk about relaxation, recreation, and just having fun in Greene County in a very unique way. I'm fortunate to have with me today Danielle Fry, who is the proprietor, along with her husband, of Blessed Valley Lodging, which is a relatively new Airbnb location in Holbrook, near West Greene area of Greene County. And I also have with us, Leigh Ann Shaner, who, along with her husband Andy, are the innkeepers for the Denny House in Greene County in Waynesburg. And so many of you may know the Denny House, but I'll bet you'll learn a little bit more about it today. So again, welcome to you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Glad you're here. So, you know what? I got to start with the newbie here.
Okay.
Somewhat of a newbie, anyway. Danielle, I mentioned to you in the beginning that I had passed by the sign for your place in Holbrook, and anybody who travels Route 18 may be familiar with this. It's right there. Is it? I forget the name of the church. It's a Methodist church.
It's a Valley Chapel Church.
Oh, Valley Chapel Church.
Just Valley
Okay.
Chapel Church.
Yeah, right there. If you know where that is, you may have noticed a unique but interesting sign that looks like a school bus right there on Route 18 going south or north, whichever way you're traveling. And that's exactly what the sign is, representing a school bus. I want you to tell me, I know that those that haven't seen it yet are going to be fascinated by it. You and your husband built and created this lodging facility, to describe it, out of a school bus. Tell me about that. How did that happen?
Well, do you want me to start from the beginning of
Start from what gave you the idea to do it.
Okay, well, I was debating on whether stop bus driving.
Oh, you're a bus driver.
I still am a bus driver.
Okay,
Yes.
well, she probably thought about that while she was traveling the back roads.
Yeah, bus driving for 19 years.
For what? For which?
West Greene.
West Greene?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going back and forth, of stop bus driving and going in a different direction for a career. Well, I prayed about it. We have a pond up there, and to me, it's just like a peaceful area to go. And I was up there one day praying to get direction from God of saying, what should I do? I put my application in for a different company, not bus driving. Well, that company, I did have a good opportunity to get that position, but they had bought out somebody else and had to place all those people into those positions. So I feel like that was God saying, hey, it's not your time to leave where you're at. So I stayed, and the buses came available for sale, and I felt like God just gave me this vision of to buy a bus and turn it to create some place for someone to come and relax.
Wow. So the buses were retired busing.
They were
retired.
They were sitting in the field where I drive bus.
Yeah.
So the mechanic said, hey, those buses are for sale. Would you, and I said, well, give me the information. And it really was cool how it played out and how it worked out, how I know God was in this story from the beginning.
That's beautiful. Yeah. He had the plan.
Yeah, he has a plan, and the plan's still going.
Yeah. So you acquired the buses. That was the first thing you did.
Right.
And then?
Well, we acquired them, and I first asked my husband, I'm like, hey, can I buy the bus? He's like, no.
Oh, she asked him. I did ask him.
I'm like,
he said no, but somehow we got buses.
I said, can I buy a bus to turn it into an Airbnb? I really feel like God's telling me to do this. And he's like, no, do you know how much that's going to cost? I'm like, it shouldn't really cost that much. He's like, Danielle, I do construction. I know how much it's going to cost us. So he was against it at first, and then he decided, he's like, well, if you think, and I said, well, if it takes us 5 years to get it done, then it will take us 5 years, but I need to do this. But yeah, I got information to go see the Greene County Industrial Development Program to acquire for a loan, a business loan, startup. So I did go up there, and I got the paperwork for that to do it, and filled it out. And we was required to do a business plan and a financial plan. I've never done those before. And especially you're looking at a financial plan. Like, I don't know how many people's going to stay in there. I don't know what to
How am I going to know what goes on?
So we did get help with that. And so we planned that out. And my husband goes, you know what? I prayed about it and said, please, Lord, don't let her get that loan. Because I know that I'm going to be doing that work if it's not meant from you. Yeah. Well, we got the loan.
There you go.
I knew that was God saying, hey, it's going to be okay. And
that's when he knew it was the right thing.
And I knew, and I got the confirmation when we was stripping out the bus. We started stripping out the bus, the seats and everything, because that didn't cost us money. So we started to do this stuff before we even got the loan approved for it.
Right.
We applied for, I turned my paperwork in January, and we got approved in June. So from that time span, we worked on the buses.
Worked on cleaning them up and getting them cleared out.
We ripped out the seats, and in the seat on the side, I found a little wooden cross.
Oh.
So that was emotional for me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay,
another
God
sign.
has this.
There's
and there's my confirmation that it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. And then I found, it's probably typical finding coins in a bus, but I did find some change, and I'm like, and he's going to provide what we need. In the meantime, we didn't hear nothing back from the loan, as of that time.
During that period. Yeah. Right.
So I kept that cross in the bus, and that cross still stays in the bus. I put it in, I took a picture of me holding it. So I have it in a little shadow picture frame, and it sits on the refrigerator inside the bus. So, and I've wrote on there that this is my confirmation. I knew it was going to be okay.
Yeah. So this whole effort and venture was blessed from the very beginning,
right,
and meant to be. And of course, now it's up and running. How long have you been open?
It will be almost a year. Well, it probably is a year now. The year really went by quick.
Yeah.
So I had our first stay was over last Christmas.
Okay.
So we just opened in December of 24.
Great. So we are coming right up on your anniversary.
Yeah.
Now, I'd seen the sign, but I hadn't been up to see the facility or understand what it was until Vicky shared with me, Vicky from Direct Results, the TikTok video that a guy named Derek, what did you say his business or his?
Sniping for Dom.
Sniping for Dom. And he came and visited and did a review on your venue, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it was really exciting. And when I saw that, I couldn't believe what's tucked up in that little hollow there in Holbrook. I mean, it's really neat. It's not just a school bus parked there with a picnic table out front, It's inside, first of all. I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it looks so comfortable for such a space, and nice, almost fancy. I mean, it's really nice. Then I remember seeing, and I got to tell everybody, there's another bus up there that is a game room for kids, adults, whoever wants to have some fun. And it has its own character and everything. It's a whole other space to spend time in. But then you turn around and you look at the land. Wow. Now this is where we have to give a lot of credit to God, the Creator, because it's beautiful up there. You mentioned a pond.
Yeah, that was Chris's grandparents' property. Chris has lived there all of his life.
And Chris is your husband, right?
Yes, okay. Chris is my husband. Yeah. So he's lived there all of his life. His grandparents lived there in the little white house that sits below. It's, falling apart in areas. One of these days, we'd love to be able to restore the original part. But that pond his grandpa built, did the pond to water his cattle. So it's been there for a very long, probably over 100 years, I'm guessing.
Wow.
Yeah, so the pond's been established for a very long time that he needed a resource to water his cattle. And his kids, which would be Chris's dad and his uncles, they're all passed away now. But they swam in the pond when they was younger.
They grew up there.
They fished. Yeah, had a diving board they would talk about, having a little board of
that
there.
They put in there.
It's, it's history. It's memories.
Sure.
So...
But it's also still a place to fish,
right,
or swim,
yeah,
or whatever,
we love
right?
to fish. We don't suggest swimming just because there's no lifeguard on duty.
Oh, I see.
So,
yeah.
But we do keep life jackets up there and life preserver and everything. So if someone does so happen to want to get in the pond or fall in the pond like I have before, trying to get in that paddle boat.
There's a paddle boat on it.
Yeah, we got a little paddle boat for people to enjoy. But we love to fish. When we go on vacation, that's the main thing I try to find is places to go fishing.
So do you stock it?
No,
it's just grown. It's had its own.
We've fished in other areas and brought fish back.
Well, that's a way of stocking. Yeah.
So we have some pretty nice looking bass in there that are fun to catch.
That's great. And then the rolling hills of Western Greene County. I believe he was there in the autumn because I could see the color, In
October.
Yes, it was very pretty and so peaceful, like you say. And then you guys are going to have to, I don't know if they can find that review on TikTok just by searching for it. Is that something we can?
Yeah, they should be able to if they go on to Sniping for Dom.
Sniping for Dom. And we may be able to tag that online on the podcast site.
And also on the Blessed Valley Lodging, I have a TikTok as well, and a Facebook and an Instagram.
That shows the property. So that's another way for them to see it even before they get there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Another thing that his showed, which I thought was really kind of fun, was, and you can tell he's an enthusiast, and he likes his food. He grilled. There's grills. It's all made to do your own food, there. But you ask people what they like, and then when they get to the bus to check in, so to speak, there's some of their favorite whatever there. What did he chose? It was, oh my goodness.
He said he loved zero bars, and I was kind of like stalking him a little bit before he came for the visit because I wanted to watch. He's a food critic, well, not a critic. He only does positive influences. So he goes to different restaurants. So I knew that he loves food types and stuff. And so I've been watching him and then not telling him what I was planning on doing. But I'm like, hey, what do you like of food? And he's like, I love zero bars. This next visit that he'll be coming, I've been continue to watch him. I know he likes banana.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, banana pudding stuff. So there might be a little treat in there for him next time. But so I just try to evaluate people and ask them what they like because I want their experience to be enjoyable.
Right.
I want them to go in and feel like they're away from the world, all their worries and stress, and just relax.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, enjoy nature and God's creation, and just it's a time to reflect on yourself and just enjoy your family and whoever you bring up, even if it's just you.
So Derek found 0 bar cupcakes in the bus when he got there. So that was cool. That's cool. So there's a lot of personal touch to this as well. And you guys live on site, so you're there if there's any needs. It's not that far from Waynesburg,
right?
Or any of the other sites and things to see and do in Greene County. So it's been going pretty good this year. You've had a lot of bookings, or?
We usually do around at least 3 a month. We've been averaging
pretty good.
Since we opened.
For brand new, that's very good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really thankful for that.
Where do they come from?
Well, we've had several people from Pittsburgh. We've had some from West Virginia, Maryland. We've had Michigan. Someone from California.
No kidding.
Yeah, in Illinois. My furthest person was really cool. She's from Germany. She's a world traveler, and she came from Germany, and she put on there, she's like, your place was my favorite by far of every place that I went to. And I got on her profile and seen all the places, different countries she's been to. So that was really sweet.
Yeah, that is.
So
that's an accomplishment for sure. For sure.
But I love learning, where people come from. And
I imagine you get some locals too.
Yeah, we've had a few locals.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they need to get away too. Every now and then,
Your backyard's different than my
backyard.
Right. It's okay.
We're going to take a break right now just to share a little information with you about our sponsor for this episode of the GreeneScene Podcast. Looking for the perfect venue that's as unforgettable as your event? Step into timeless elegance at the Denny House in downtown Waynesburg. From weddings and holiday parties to showers, corporate events, the Denny House offers a truly Victorian experience. With on-site catering, a fully stocked bar, flexible rates, and overnight accommodations for up to 12 guests. Host your next celebration, surrounded by stunning, historic charm. Visit DennyHouseWBG.com to book your event today. That's DennyHouseWBG.com. Well, and speaking of local traffic for this sort of thing, as I mentioned earlier, Leigh Ann Shaner is with us here with the Denny House, and a lot of locals do enjoy that as well as visitors. But not everybody maybe knows what's there, and just a real brief little history first. Leanna, where did Denny House originate?
So it was one of the original buildings in Greene County.
Okay.
It was built in 1836, I believe. I'm close to the dates on that anyway.
Okay.
And then it was just a 4-story regular family home. Or not 4-story, I'm sorry, 4-room. It was just 2 rooms on the bottom, 2 rooms on the top. And it had been handed down through the generations, and it eventually made it to Eliezer Denny. He is the one who, through many adventures, became a millionaire. And he built all the flourishes that you see on the Denny House now. Now, a lot of people don't know the Denny House because there are pine trees when you come up High Street.
It's secluded,
that kind of hides it.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people will drive by it. And I remember driving by it. I've been in Greene County for 25 years now. I know I'm never going to be a Greene County original, but we've been part of Greene County for 25 years. And I drove by that building almost every day. And always thought, wow, I wonder what that looks like inside and how neat that would be. Yeah. Because every once in a while you would catch a glimpse of it. If you're sitting at the stoplight and you look over and
right.
Say, wow, that doesn't look like it fits there. Yeah. So Eliezer Denny had it, flourished it. It got handed down to his 3 daughters. None of them ever had children. And so it eventually was handed down to Farley Toothman. He became their caretaker, and they left it to him when the final sister passed. And then Farley sold it as a home because at that point it wasn't a Victorian mansion, it was just a home.
Yeah.
And then it through several hands, it went through several businesses, and nobody ever really restored it until Pam and Kent Marisa bought it in the spring of 2021. And they had a vision. Kent wanted to make sure that was given back to Greene County because they're huge at Waynesburg University. The Denny sisters all attended Waynesburg University. Their diplomas are still hanging in the carriage house. So Pam and Kent bought it. And
they were like pillars of the community. Yeah,
yes, they really were. And they purchased it and turned it into an event center. And so slowly but surely, they would get a few events here. But as you know, Pam owns a lot of businesses. Yeah. And Kent is a very busy person. So it was very hard to get people to, take control of those events or try to get them done properly. And speaking of the Lord working, I owned a cookie business for 14 years and decided it was...
The lobster cookies?
Yes, it was time to get out of the cookie business. It's just hard.
Well, a lot of people may know you and remember you for that, though.
Yes.
They were not only decorated beautifully, they tasted good. Those were the best cookies. Go ahead.
That was our goal.
Yeah.
So we did that for 14 years and just decided it was time to pass from that and change... Again, just felt like I needed something different.
Yeah.
And we had run a farm, and we ran a kids camp that we do twice a year, and for 300 people. And I just happened to have a smaller camp at this time. It was like August of 2024. And out of nowhere, my daughter sees me making breakfast for everybody. I had 2 big Blackstones, and and again, making sure I knew what everybody liked. I knew who had this aversion to whatever food. And so I'm making breakfast, and I'm doing all this. And my daughter sat there and said, Mom, why aren't you running a bed and breakfast? And I said, well, because bed and breakfast don't just fall in your lap, and they have a business, and you
got to build it, whatever.
In case you don't know, we live here in a little tiny cabin, and it was about 3 or 4 months later, we wanted to do a cookie party, and the place where we were hosting our cookie party had remodeled, unbeknownst to us, and so I thought the venue held 40 people, and it actually held 18. But I had booked the party for 40 people. And so we made it work that time, but I knew I had to look for someplace else. Yeah. And one of the ladies at that party said, you should try having it at the Denny House. And I remember Pam and Kent did the Thursday evenings, and I remember driving by when they had parties, and I'd look over and be like, wow, the rich people are having a party. I never thought that it was for regular people. Because
you didn't know, right? It looks like,
a
mansion, yeah.
And so I was like, right, I can afford having a cookie party. I can't afford that venue. But we had known Pam for 20 years.
Yeah. Right.
So my husband said, well, let me just give her a call and see what she says. And Pam was so gracious. She's like, I want your business to succeed.
Yes.
We'll make it work. And so we come together with a plan. And she said, why don't you stop up at the Denny House and I'll show you around? And I thought, oh, finally I get to see what it looks like
see the inside, yeah.
And she took me around, and I'm telling you, the minute I walked in that door, I just looked, and it was in complete awe, because if you don't know, it is completely restored to Victorian splendor.
Yeah.
So it is like walking through a history door. You're walking through the closet of Narnia.
A whole different period of time, like
different
time
world.
travel, yeah.
And I'm just looking around. She kept saying, well, we could have a cookie party in this room, and we could do this in this room. And I thought, you're out of your mind. I'm not decorating sugar cookies in this beautiful Victorian mansion. And so we did have a party about 2 weeks later. And I finally called her. It was bugging me that she had this beautiful place and people weren't staying the night. Like, how is this not a bed and breakfast? So I called her one day. And I said, Pam, I just have to know, why are you only open one night a week? Like, why isn't this a full? And she said, I have nobody who would be willing to run a bed and breakfast for me.
Ah.
And of course, my light bulb went off, and I again went to my husband, and I was like, I have this great idea. And his immediate reaction was, no.
You could share that in common.
He said, we have a business, we're way too busy. And I was like, yeah, but we could do cookies out of the kitchen in there and do this bed and breakfast kind of part-time. Didn't think about it being full, everything.
Yeah.
And it just so happened about 2 weeks after we started talking about it that somebody called and offered to buy the cookie business without it being out there on the market.
Wow. There he is again.
Yeah, so we prayed about it and just thought, if this is really what you do, what you want us to do, really give us a sign. A month later, we met with Pam, and I said, here is what I would like to do. Tell me your thoughts. They gave us our thoughts. All of a sudden, next thing I know, it's January 1st, and we have become the full-time
innkeepers. There you are.
Denny House. And it was a rocky start. Of course, we had, nobody knows about the Denny House.
Yeah.
We've advertised, we've put it out there, and it just,
they knew of it as a venue kind of, but not as a place
not as a
to stay.
full-time,
full-time
parties
thing, yeah.
and all that. And so it started with small parties, little get-togethers. One person would have a baby shower, and then the next person having a baby was like, well, I had a really good time at the Denny House. And so it's starting to pick up steam. We started our open to the public nights where we offer a full menu. And
talk a little bit about that. That's Thursday nights?
Thursday nights. Now, we are not doing that this December.
Oh, okay.
So it won't start back up till the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Probably mid-January to February.
But you have food.
We do. We have a
drink.
full menu.
Yeah.
So kind of bar food type stuff. We do have
It's
a full
really
bar.
good food.
Really good food. Sounds like an experienced person.
Everything we make is homemade. I've always had the thing of, I don't serve anything that I don't like. If if it doesn't taste good, tell me and I will fix it. I'll figure out a way to.
And so you
work
make
and
all your
fix
own
it.
food? It's
Everything
not
is
something
homemade. Everything is scratch made. There's only me and one other woman that works in the kitchen, and then my husband and a lot of my children help with serving and all that kind of stuff. We do have a couple part-time employees that come and bartend for us or serve food, work as a cashier.
Right.
But we are small, but getting bigger. And, we
Getting
had
busier?
we had Elvis impersonator one night, and it was so busy. It was like out the door, there were no seats. And
So in addition to the food and drink, there's entertainment.
there is entertainment
On those
live
nights,
music.
those special nights.
Yes,
Yeah.
live
okay.
music most
yeah.
nights.
And that's where I knew a lot, I brought the local thing in. But do you also get people from out of town?
Sure. We had the furthest away that we've had was somebody from Los Angeles.
Oh boy,
had
California
called.
strikes again.
Yes, California strikes again. He had called. I didn't know this at the time, but he's a hotel manager in the hospitality consulting business.
Okay.
And he called because his mother had passed away and she was a resident of Greene County, and they needed someplace to have a funeral. And his whole family was coming in from out of state. So because we have 5 bedrooms and lots of places to stay,
That was
they rented
perfect.
the whole house.
They rented it.
for the
That was a
weekend.
perfect.
It was Halloween last year, Halloween weekend, because we also was hosting a Halloween party out back. And I thought, how am I going to do a celebration of life?
Oh, during
and a
funeral.
Halloween party on the
Yeah.
same. And it actually ended up wonderful. It kind of melded together, oddly enough. And when I found out that he was in the hospitality industry, because I kind of stalk people too when they book, because I want to see what they like and what their personalities are
Right.
like and what I
Well,
can do to make them more comfortable.
That's right. You're learning what to do.
And we want to know.
You want it to be personal experience
Yes.
for them. Yeah.
And then I found he was a hospitality consultant, and I thought, oh no, I have no experience, and this guy's going to come here and he's going to tell me everything I've done wrong. And he was the most gracious person, and he was even like, I'll roll my sleeves up and get in the kitchen with you. And I was like, no, you're good. His family had said it was the best time they had ever had in Greene County.
Wonderful.
Coming because they could all stay together in this Victorian house, and
that's what's nice.
Yeah.
That is a nice advantage. It's not just a motel room or a hotel room, but it's a beautiful setting.
And my husband and I live on property.
And you live on the property.
So we're always there.
If for any needs.
And so lots of people, if you're in Greene County and you want to just come and see what the Denny House is about, let us know, because we can open the doors anytime for you to come in and take a tour of the house. And
so it doesn't have to be during like one of the
not
open
a party. No,
if
you can come and tour.
If you want to just learn about it or think about it or consider it for an event or just curious and want to see what the inside looks like.
Exactly. If you're just curious, please stop.
She actually took me a tour on it too.
She did.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. And it was when you first opened, because you brought a basket. We had like a vendor night.
Oh, okay.
And right before I opened the business, I went. She knew a little bit about what I was going to do, and she's like, "Hey, you want to come and see what we do?" And so,
we should preface this with she was my kids' bus driver.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we already had a
knew each other.
relationship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You probably were. That probably happens to you a lot. You take so many different kids over. How many years did you drive?
19. So now I'm hauling children of children.
Children of children. I used to haul your dad. Let me tell you a story or two.
Yeah, right.
Driving a school bus in itself is quite entertaining career, But so you guys knew each other.
Yes.
And that's another thing. You and even other Greene County like venues could cross market each other. That's a wonderful thing to do. Now
it's like apples and oranges. Like hers is out in the
right, they're
country,
two different experiences.
We're right in Waynesburg, so it's two completely. One's Victorian.
Oh yeah, Victorian, one's beautiful country.
A school bus. So.
Yeah, school bus.
Yes. School bus. Not just a school bus.
No, but
I know what you mean.
But that's part of the fun of it.
The charm.
The charm of it.
I think it's a wonderful thing, like in the bus and a thing. I love to post, even I have one of your menus, to get the other small businesses out there.
Exactly.
We need to bring people into Greene County
and in any way we can.
At any place, and to give those businesses, the opportunity to have people shop at them, stay at them, whatever. So I've reached out to local businesses, say, hey, if you have a menu or anything that you'd like for me to post in my folder in the bus, please give it to me. I'll post it. And so there's people that do go and visit like places that they ate. I've tried to advertise whenever they've done entertainment as well, and let them know if they're on a Thursday night to try the Denny House out. You know, so that's what we need to do.
That's like those. I don't know what the proper name is, but at most. In touristy areas, you'll find the card rack. That whatever the kind of business it is, if it's something that might be of interest to travelers or whoever, that's a good thing. We should all do that. So, are you, Leigh Ann, participating in the First Fridays in any way?
Yes. So, Greene County is starting the First Fridays event.
Yeah.
So every first Friday of the month, not including January. They will be open. The businesses are all open later in the evening. And so then we have a full dinner that night as well.
Okay.
Again, the full menu. You can check it out on our website or the Facebook. Facebook's usually the easiest because you can see pictures of all the food. But we're open all night for food. The Way is just a block up
the new
road,
community center?
The community center. So they offer things for the kids to do. So you could drop your kids off for activities and come down and have dinner. And or
that's
shop
cool.
the local shops.
Yeah, so they're not tagging along and you can shop while they're.
And so our first Friday was this first Friday in December, and we were very steady. We had a good group of people that had come in that, again, didn't even know this was something that happens in Greene County.
Right.
Or didn't know our venue at all. And so we got a lot of new faces.
And that's just it. It's kind of like a lot of people assume it's something beyond them, but it's not.
No, it is not.
It's not. It's something for everybody to enjoy.
Yes.
I've never heard anything but good about it. So, and yours, I'm shocked. You said, what was it? You're booked through June for the weekends, or what was it?
Well, I have.
You don't have
I think 27 more bookings from now till next November. June, I believe my June month, every weekend's booked up. And there's another, a couple other months that only have maybe 2.
But that still leaves a lot through the year. There's a lot available. Yeah. And they can book during week also.
Yeah, it's open 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can come and stay a couple days, you stay one night, you stay a week, whatever.
Yeah. anywhere from 1 night up to 2 weeks. If you stay 2 weeks and you would want to stay longer, you would just have to like redo the booking.
Just rebook it.
Yeah.
Right. I see.
So
and there's plenty to do there too.
yeah, and the game room bus.
Yeah. Talk about the game room just a little bit. What's in there?
Well, we have 3 arcade games. You know, it brings the kid out in all of us.
Yeah.
So I like to go up there and sit and play it myself.
That's her escape right there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a little kids table area where they could do crafts. Up in the cubby, I try to put like little crafts that they could do when they bring small kids. And
Yeah.
the locker has different ages of books and different games for them to play at the table or whatever. So it's trying to accommodate every
Families.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All ages.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's a perfect family venue too. I mean, we got little kids, there's something for them to do.
Right.
You know?
And so if it's raining and they can't be out on the paddle boat or fishing or whatever,
They can be playing a
always go in
game. Play
the
games.
game room and
family
stuff, or
family night. You
go
know,
down and-
family night in the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Go down and
And
pet
the
and talk to the
s'mores.
donkeys and the
Tell
goats.
them about the s'mores. That was really interesting. That you had the s'mores all ready to go.
Yeah,
on the
I
fire.
like to do the s'mores bar. So I
A
just
s'mores bar.
yeah. So
Okay, gotta
in
hear
the
about this.
In the fall months, I try to put together like a little s'more station, and I'll put it on the microwave for when people come. You know, everything's available there for them to do s'mores, and I'll do different s'more types as well. There's a sign on the fridge for different s'more types. Right now, I have the hot cocoa bar up and running. The s'more station came out.
So this is there in the bus for them when they show up.
Right.
There's that kind of thing
It's
there.
all
It's not
complimentary.
like they don't even have to bring their own snacks.
Right. More, unless they really want to eat.
Now
their own
outside,
snacks.
is there a fire pit?
There is.
Okay, yeah.
There's a fire pit area.
I know. I don't know whether it's his, but in the TikTok of Derek did, was there a Blackstone?
There's one of those tailgating grills.
Oh, okay, something similar to that,
So
yeah.
there's a Blackstone tailgate grills that you could do the griddle or the
Right, either one,
the regular
yeah.
grill. But we have that available. It's propane, so that's
Yeah.
provided. The wood is provided for their fire pit area.
Yeah.
So
That's great. It's
then-
kind of self-contained that way.
yeah, and in the summertime, I pull out and I'll do like a little ice cream bar. So I'll put ice cream in the freezer for them, and then I'll have sprinkles and stuff like that in the little thing for them to enjoy during the hot months.
Oh, how neat.
So I try to, switch it out 3 times a year.
Yeah. To fit with the season.
Right.
Yeah.
For them to have something extra and fun
Well,
to
the
do.
hot cocoa bar sounds perfect for now.
Yeah.
Like 17
these
out there
real
today
cold
or
nights.
something.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's just been really fun, and now I just want to come. I just want to come spend the night in the bus. I don't know if I can get my bus driving husband to do that or not, but yeah, he would love it.
Be a perfect Christmas gift.
It would be, wouldn't it? That's a good idea. Yeah. So I really appreciate your being here. Is there anything more that you'd like to share?
If you do spend the night, you get a custom breakfast.
Oh.
So we make that breakfast to whatever your like is. I mean, anything
Oh, now you just went right
you
up
can
my
order
alley.
for anything, and we make sure that we have
Breakfast,
that breakfast.
my favorite meal
And
of
you
the
can
day.
have your breakfast downstairs in the formal dining room, so you feel almost like a tea party type thing where you're coming down with the real china and the real silverware.
Wow.
and napkins in your laps, and we kind of butler around a little bit.
How
Or you
nice.
can have it casually up in there is an upstairs kitchen along with all the bedrooms. So you could have a casual breakfast, maybe a continental breakfast, and sit
Whatever
on
you
our
feel
porch.
like. Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. So
Oh, boy.
we customize that night to you.
All right. Now, how do we book? How do we find you again?
So usually by our phone number is the best way to contact us.
What is that?
724-710-8056.
One more repeat.
724-710-8056.
And we can post that on our website too with the podcast. So call and ask any
Or
questions you
Facebook,
want.
Yeah, Facebook.
Or
We also
Facebook.
have the Denny House on Facebook.
It's the Denny House.
Yes, the
Okay.
Denny House, and there's a way to message. You just hit Messenger on.
Okay. All right. And again, Danielle, what about you contacting for Blessed Valley?
Yeah, my phone number is 724-809-3478. 724-809-3478. You could text me that and I'll shoot you a message back, or you could find us on Facebook at Blessed Valley Lodging, or TikTok and Instagram. It's all under Blessed Valley Lodging. But to book on Airbnb, it's Blessed Memories, because
It goes through a different firm for that.
right.
Yeah.
So in the future, we have plans of maybe possibly doing another bus, and it will have a different name. So it will, it's all under Blessed
All
Valley
under
Lodging.
one thing, yeah. Okay. And again, we'll have all of that posted on our website. So I want to I really want to thank you. I want to thank Danielle Fry of Blessed Valley Lodging, and one of the most unique lodgings in the county or anywhere really, and encourage you to check that out. And I want to thank Leigh Ann Shaner of the Denny House for visiting with us today and sharing this information. We've got a lot to explore here in Greene County, folks. Go out there, go on out there and do it, and then come back here and listen for the next episode of the GreeneScene Podcast.